Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today I finally took ChaosGallantmon to a store tournament. So I'm going to tell you about how that went in this video. We're going to have a little bit of a story time because I have never played a store tournament. For all the videos I make and all the decks I brew, most of what I do is just having friends over and playing tabletop Digimon. I play over Discord with some people. I play over DCGO. I did a webcam regional in like BT15, but I have never like sat down at a store tournament and played with complete strangers. So I wanted to scratch that off the list. There's a new store over in the town that my girlfriend lives in. So I decided, let's sign up, let's play a tournament and get it scratched off the list. So the first almost issue that I encountered during this tournament was that the morning of, I was checking the applicants and I wasn't really sure if it was going to run because the store is newly opened, and checking the applicant list, there were only 3 people signed up morning of, being a 2 p.m. tournament. I was like, okay, maybe people sign up later. So I got out there, I sat down like 10:50 and I checked the applicant list and there's still just 3 people signed up. Nobody was there. And I was a little bit worried that the tournament wasn't going to run, but people did file in closer to 2 o'clock. And then we actually wound up pushing the tournament till like 2:20 because they had a friend who wanted to play and they weren't there on time, and they just wanted to wait for him to show up so that they could play. And then what actually wound up happening was that I want to say store owner wound up putting themselves in as a placeholder, and then when he showed up later, he was able to jump into the tournament. So what did I play first round? I got paired against a Gamamon player, and just to preface, I went 0-2 in this matchup, but it was close. And that doesn't sound great because I know Gamamon's not a great deck, but I definitely think I could have won. Definitely some misplays on my end. The biggest thing was not understanding that the Weissmon inheritable is protection by leaving the battlefield by an effect. So I had an opportunity. I had him at 0 security. He had me at, I want to say it was 4 security. And I could have swung over his Seriousmon and cleared it off the board by trading the ChaosGallantmon. And instead, I did not, and I just did other plays because I didn't realize I could actually clear it that way. And then the next turn, he was able to raid into the ChaosGallantmon, trigger 2 of the, I believe it's our Taurusmon in the inheritables that trash the security when you delete a Digimon. So I got 2 trashed, and then he hit me for 2 checks with something else, and I lost the game, which kind of sucked, but it was definitely a misplay on my end and something that I could have stopped from happening, but I didn't. So game 2 was a lot closer. I got him to 0 cards in deck. I think I had him at 2 security, and it was basically just like, can I stall out and make him draw a card next turn? And unfortunately, we went back and forth. We were just clearing each other's stacks like all game, forcing him to draw. And the heroes were just generating way too much memory value. I mean, I passed him at 1. If I had any Digimon on the board, he wound up with 3 hero on the board. Actually, one of the most unfortunate things for me was that his security was kind of loaded. He got a free hero out of security, and he got the, I think it's Gulu Scamma that plays itself out of security at the end of battle. So he got a free body, he got a free tamer, and he was just getting free memory from the 3 heroes on the board. And then, you know, you shuffle the sources underneath and you get to tap them to gain memory and draw cards. So eventually I just kind of got outvalued, and he was able to close out the game with 0 cards in deck. So another really unfortunate situation. What I took away from that set, though, was that I'm currently at 2 Crimson Mode Aces and 1 Bolt Boutomon in that build, and I think I really did want 2 Bolt Boutomons over the Crimson Mode Ace. I think Bolt Bouts being able to de-digivolve things, even not knowing that I could have crashed into the Seriousmon to get over the protection effect, being able to de-digivolve it in the first place would have been very, 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 very helpful in clearing away some of those sticky bodies and kind of dealing with the threat. So going up to 2 Bolt Boutomon. Also, I really wanted that Promo Gallant. I've been fiddling with the Medieval Gallant over Promo Gallant, and I did get to play out the Medieval Gallant in the game to actually swing over the series in the second game, but it had retail underneath, so I actually had to trade away the Medieval in order to do that. And the whole time, he's just, you know, sources are getting tucked underneath it, they get popped, and then they go to trash, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I had the Promo Gallant to slam down when he's got so many DP boosting effects and DP gaining tamers and stuff like that, like the Promo Gallant probably would have done a ton of work for me, but it wasn't in the deck, so unfortunately that's just something to take away with me next time. And then in the second round I got a bye, so that was awesome. But the thing that kind of sucks about that is I had to wait 45 minutes for round 3 in a new store where I don't know anyone, and it was a pretty small store. Like, I kind of just did laps around the store looking at what was in the display cases, kind of trying to figure out if I wanted to spend money at all. I wound up buying a copy of Leviamon and a few packs at the end of the day. But, you know, killing 45 minutes when you don't know anyone kind of sucks. And there were only so many people, right? So everybody's already playing games. It's not like there was anybody there for me to approach and ask to catch a game with. while we were waiting for round 3. So I just kind of wound up sitting around on my phone for 45 minutes. And then during that 45-minute window, somebody else finished their match, came over, and started trying to introduce me to the group that all played there. And during that conversation, the next round was announced, and it turned out that because somebody had a draw and the Gamamon player that I played against was 2-0, and because of the funky player count, the tournament was over. The guy who went 2-0 with Gamamon won. So it was a 2-round tournament. I basically sat around for like 3 hours to play 2 rounds of Digimon, which kind of sucked, and I do live an hour away, so I needed to cut things off at relatively soon after that to get home. But everybody was nice. It was super fun. And then I got a couple of casual games at the end of it, which was really fun because explaining to people that I'm playing BT5 Gallantmon, ChaosGallantmon, and just watching them try to work through what that means is really, really entertaining. So like it started with, like, are you playing a BT5 deck because you're playing BT5 ChaosGallantmon? Like, you're coming back to the game after playing BT5. Like, no, I'm just playing a BT5 card because I like it. Well, are there new cards in it? It's just a couple, but there's a lot of BT5 cards in this deck. And then watching them work through what that means and trying to pick a deck that doesn't just absolutely like pub stomp me was awesome. And the folks there were super, super cool. Everybody kind of talked about how this store they were using for like more casual games, and there's actually another store not like 5 minutes down the road where they were playing more competitively, sweatier. They play for like in-store credit instead of packs. So that was cool. So at the end of the day, I went 1-1 on a bye and finished 4th overall. So 50% win rate for my first store tournament, but it's just kind of a silly experience overall, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit on the channel. I think if I ever go back and play again, I will probably not be picking such a straightforward, simple build. Part of the appeal to running the list that I did is that it is very straightforward, and if I'm nervous about playing with people IRL, well, I don't have to worry about it too much. It's just Dark Animal, go Burr, and then swing your checks, right? I think next time I'd like to bring one of those like hybrid jank lists that just has a bunch of options and tries to build some of that incremental value, because I could definitely feel it in the game against like Gamamon. Only being able to start at 3 when this guy's getting like 6 memory out of his turn feels real bad. And having a little bit more of a toolbox to answer different threats feels like it'd be really, really nice. So I'll probably try that next time. It's definitely a store that I want to go back to in the future. But all this to say, that was my experience at my first store tournament. And if you are on the fence about attending a locals, attending a store tournament, meeting new people, and playing the card game, don't be afraid to take that first step. Go ahead, give it a whirl. It kind of serves as a great reminder for why we love the card game so much. Just a bunch of people having fun with decks that they like and meeting new people, making friends. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Thank you to our channel members for supporting this channel. It's people like Langlong, Big Z11, Coffee Deus, and DigiDane who make videos like this possible.